Well, I'm just gonna hold the phone and record for today's video. I'm a little behind on planting my spring seeds. If you know, if you've seen my videos previously, that's usually a lettuce. I'm not even holding the phone steady level. Um, we're gonna get our raised beds ready for our lettuce and our peas. So let me grab all the stuff and we'll get started. Okay, so I've picked out my seeds that I'm going to start with. I've been busy doing inside stuff, so I've been falling behind on my gardening. So I don't even know if I have enough soil to do all three of my elevated raised beds or not, for that I usually do my lettuces. So we'll see what I can fit. Hopefully at least two of them I can fill. So I'm going to show you what I'm going to try to plant so far that I know that grow well in the cool climate. Right now it's about 13 degrees Celsius, so that's mid 50s Fahrenheit. And let me show you what I'm going to try to plant. So what grows really well, hopefully it's not too dark in the springtime, is these peas. These sugar snaps are amazing. I just pluck them right from the vine and eat them right there as I'm standing there. So they usually don't make it in the house. They're very sweet and you just eat the whole thing. You don't have to pull the little peas from the inside. You eat the whole thing like a bean. These go really good in the cool climates and not so much when it's hot. Like here where I live, it gets very warm and humid in the summertime. So upper 90s with very humid, or upper 30s with humidex and close to 40 Celsius. So this does not grow well. You'd have to kind of find a nice cool shade area if you want to do them in the midsummer. But in the spring, these grow great. So I like to put these, and they grow crazy tall too. So like they grow viney. So you want to put something there. So I'll show you where I'm going to put these. Next, what I like is my dwarf kale. We really like this kale because it's not like your full-size kale, your large kale that's very tough. This is almost like a soft, like a lettuce. So I'm gonna go and plant this. I also like planting spinach, so I'll be planting spinach. I have one here that I really like, and I'm running low on it. I'm gonna have to try to find it again. It's called Simpson lettuce. As you can see, my seeds are running low. I'm gonna have to try to find this again. But it's very light and fluffy, and has a nice taste to it. I'll try to plant some white Boston. I'll try to plant some red leaf. I might, well, if I have the room, I'll try to do blonde romaine. Blonde romaine grows tall and thick, as you know, as a romaine lettuce. I'll try to fit some curly leaf lettuce. And some rainbow Swiss chard. We like the Swiss chard. It grows very good in the spring too. Actually, it grows good all year round. It's very easy to grow, the Swiss chard, and we like the rainbow rather than just the plain Swiss chard. One thing I'm just not a fan of the taste is the mesclun. It's a mixture of a bunch of different stuff, but to me it has a tart taste to it. So I won't be doing any of that. So I have a regular Swiss chard, but we're gonna do the rainbow. I did that one year. I couldn't find the rainbow, so we did it. So I'm going to prepare the soil, and we'll get these in the ground. I apologize, it's nice and bright out here today. As you can see, I've been kind of breaking up the soil there, and this is here, as you can see, for my peas as they'll grow up and towards there. So once the vine gets long enough, I kind of put the string over top to kind of coerce it towards that angle to keep grabbing on to this little, it's not really a trellis, but whatever it's called, just a little fencing, like almost like chicken wire. So one thing about the lettuces I plant, you don't need to be super specific on what the nutrients need in the dirt or in the soil. Like, you know, how some need nitrogen, some needs phosphorus, all that stuff. The way I garden, I'm not a chemist. I don't try to do that. I might have to do that for my peppers, because my peppers never grow amazing in my garden. As you can see, I haven't even rototilled my garden from last year. I just cleaned it up, so that's got to come soon. But what I do is I have some Miracle-Gro potting mix, and it has nutrients, a mixture of nutrients. Miracle-Gro always has a mixture of nutrients, and then just some all-purpose gardening soil. It doesn't have to be any specific thing, but it's got a mixture. So what I do is I usually mix the potting soil into this soil to get some nutrients back in here. At the end of the season, I did throw some worms in here. I did throw like some of the old, as you can see, that's my old Swiss chard. I didn't even have time to pull out, but I did have some composting stuff in there where I kind of threw it into some of the beds here just so it could decompose over the winter. So give it a little bit of nutrients, right? But I'm going to add this potting soil or potting mix into this, and we'll get it close to the top here, because we know, well, the dirt will settle once it kind of compresses over time. So we'll try to get it to the top, and then we'll start planting the seeds. All right, so first I did a little trench here for my peas, and then you don't want them too close together, but I don't want them too far apart. Now they grow squirrely, so you kind of got to train them to get them going, or else they'll go wherever they want to go. So I try to do a couple inches apart. I know it might be a little too close, but you never know what seeds are not going to germinate, right? So oh. And we'll throw it in the middle there. Okay, then we just cover it up, and then I'll do the next, start doing the rows here for the lettuces. Trying to think what my favorite is. Now, I don't like doing the Swiss chard next to the peas, because the Swiss chard grow pretty big, right? So I think usually I like to grow some lettuces, like the Simpson lettuce. Well, doesn't grow super big because you cut it down as you need it, right? So it continues to grow. Usually you can cut the Simpson lettuce 3 or 4 times before it just gets a thick trunk on it, and you got to pull it out and restart. But I think that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to do some Simpson lettuce over here, and I'll figure out what I'm going to do here. So let me dig these little trenches. All right, got 1 row of black Simpson lettuce. You can't see it because it's black in the dirt, but I put it in there. I kind of put, filled it off. I didn't put any spacing because I can thin it out later on. So now I'm going to do another row here. We'll see. I think I'm going to do 3 rows. of Simpson lettuce, and then 3 rows of something else. So let me finish the other 2 rows, and then we'll figure out the next part. So for the rest of the elevated raised bed, I'm going to do curly leaf lettuce here, as you can see, light seeds. So I ran out of the Simpson lettuce, so it's okay. I got 2 rows of Simpson lettuce, and then I'll do 3 rows of the curly leaf here, and then we'll move on to cleaning that one up and getting that one ready. All right, this one's ready now. So I'm gonna do rainbow Swiss chard. I'll do spinach here. I'm wondering if I can fit 3 things on here, if I just want a lot, just more of the Swiss chard and spinach, as we really like that one. That's those 2 things. I'll get those prepped for the spinach, and then we'll see. I think we're just going to do 2 here, and then I'll do 3 on this last one. So let me start building the little trenches and getting the seeds ready. So I got 2 rows of spinach here and here. Then I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 rows of Swiss chard, and then this one's done, and then we'll work on the last one. I'm going to show you what the Swiss chard, the rainbow Swiss chard, looks like. You can see it's little chunks. So these ones you can plant individually. Now I'll plant them an inch apart instead of wider, and then I can thin it out if I require, because these things grow pretty thick, and they produce a lot of leaves, as you can see on the picture there. So usually what I'll try to do is the ones that sprout, then I will thin it out, just so the other ones that are growing have room to grow, nice and big leaves. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what the seeds look like. So I'll finish the last 2 rows, and then we'll move on. All right, so what I'm going to plant in this one here is I have this dwarf blue kale. It's nice and light and airy, not like normal kale. This one you can literally eat in your salads, and it's not tough. So I'm going to plant 3 rows. I got 1 row here. I'm going to put 2 rows. You can see the seeds there. They're small. So I try to plant them, maybe less than an inch apart, and then like the other stuff, I kind of thin it out as it grows. So let me get 3 rows in here, and then we'll figure what the last couple rows are going to be. And the last thing I'm going to put in is the white Boston. I made the rows a little bit wider apart because this can grow nice and fluffy if you let it. So I'm going to do 2 rows of that, and again I'll thin it out. And the other lettuces that I didn't plant, I can plant in the ground in my main garden. All right, all done now. As you can see, I have my curly leaf, my Simpson, my peas along the back, my spinach, my Swiss chard, my kale, and my white Boston, all ready to go. And I'll give you an update when they start popping up. Hopefully everything pops up. If you have any questions, leave in the comment section below. Hit that like and subscribe button. Hit that bell to be notified when I post another video. We'll talk to you later.